Sup everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about HoYoVerse Leaker Hunt Decree 2.0 and general damage control. Right now HoYoVerse is on the defensive. It's evident with the video that was released I guess now 24 hours ago, almost exactly. They released it, I think, 9 p.m. yesterday. It's 9 p.m. today. So that Dendro teaser video 01, by the way, part 1 of 2 or 3 or 4. HoYoVerse feels like they're scrambling. If you go look at that video, it felt like everybody had a gun pointed to their head, be like, you guys gotta get this video out ASAP. We need to cut ahead of the leakers. This is HoYoVerse fighting a battle between them and the leakers, because I think HoYoVerse for the most part have been okay with leakers leaking patch content, because you know, they're understanding that for people to be testing their game in beta, they're gonna be having access to all this information, and there's really little to no ways they can regulate it. Just let it be what it be. It's just a patch ahead, right? And it's coming relatively soon. But to have things 2-3 patches potentially ahead of time getting leaked, it's very stressful, and I hope that HoYoVerse is doing fine in their HQ. Evidently this is not going to be too influential for them. In fact, I made videos in the past talking that it's only going to get people a little more excited to eventually get into Sumeru. So what's with the video they released yesterday though? It just felt as if there's very limited attention put into the quality and delivery of the content, and more so just rushing to get the information out while still trying their best to keep it somewhat secretive and keeping details under wrap. Because when it comes to scaling, when it comes to general, you know, reaction concept and further in-depth explaining the reaction, they don't want to do that, because of course, as per normal HoYoVerse fashion, for you to learn more about this, you have to find out in game. But this time specifically, it felt as if HoYoVerse was just saying like, hey, don't pay attention to whatever the hell is going on out there. Look at us. Look at us. All right, here's Dendro. Hey, look, it's Dendro. Dendro, aren't you excited for Dendro? Take a look. And yeah, I think it's cool that they were forced to show their hand this early. Maybe this video was slated to be released, I don't know, midway through this patch, maybe at the end of this patch as a part of the 2.9 or 3.0 live stream. Who knows? But now they're forced essentially to show this, because by then, everybody would know everything there is to know about Dendro, and they can just cut out the segment altogether, or show the segment knowingly that everybody already knows what they're talking about in the segment. So I think a lot of people do understand that to some degree the video that was released yesterday was damage control, and there's no need to be ashamed of it, because for the most part I do think that HoYoVerse needs to find a way to address the importance of not being excessive with leaks. And I've said it many times. I know for a fact now HoYoVerse is okay with some leaks, and they've accepted that reality, but this is just going way too far, and they are uncomfortable, because now if any drastic changes happen to the characters, to the story, to the visuals, to the aesthetics, to the region, people are going to be like, oh my god, what about that? Because you don't ever want to build expectation for a product. If that makes sense, you rather release the product and have people react blindly to it, and so that means even if the product doesn't deliver or doesn't perform well or up to expectation, there was never any proper expectation to measure it to begin with, but now there is, right? And that is going to be putting a lot of stress on HoYoVerse. So whatever they're doing right now is just to get our attentions away from whatever the leakers are saying. But listen, okay, for the most part, I think HoYoVerse has already got the region kind of under wraps. Things are being finalized. There's very little that's going to change. It's not like I'm saying, oh, you know, they need to go and rechange everything, and all this character's design, their animation, the size of their boobs, and whatever. No, everything for the most part is finalized. I think nowadays they're probably working on post Sumeru regions, meaning like the economia of Sumeru and stuff like that, to eventually populate this land with more meaningful, more insightful content. And if you guys again redirect yourselves to the teaser yesterday, like Sumeru is gonna be a big brain region. Let me just tell you that. Like, if you don't know your dendro reactions properly, you can't even farm ascension materials for the most part. That's how messed up that region is. And I thought Inazuma was bad with the cuckery that they've delivered when it comes to the electrograndum system or whatnot. Just absolute nightmare to navigate for the most part if you're not looking at a guide. But when it just interacting with plants with different reactions garners different results, and hitting mobs will change their forms depending on what reaction you use. I mean, golly, just why don't you just slap me up the butt cheek and call me Shirley, right? It's just, if you're gonna do me that dirty, HoYoVerse, at least use lube. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say for today. I do think for the most part 02 should be a little more polished when it comes to the teaser, because HoYoVerse right now is probably going back, scrambling, like, okay, we showed them the basic introduction to the dendro element and its reactions with bloom and catalyze. What now? Are we going to show the resonance? Are we going to show characters? What more are we going to be teasing in Sumeru and in dendro for people to stay excited? Well, let me be frank with you, HoYoVerse. For the most part, we are already very, very excited. There's very little you can do now to either hold the people back or get them more excited. Just understand that the cat's out the bag right now. Like, everybody is just making plans already. There are people that are logging in that haven't been logged in for like months, right? Patches. And I think that's something that you should be celebrating as opposed to scrambling to combat this. When it comes to leakers, I do think that they're doing God's work, because right now there's no company and game that can challenge HoYoVerse when it comes to Genshin Impact. The only thing that's lighting any level of heat under HoYoVerse is actually the leakers. Listen, people, I'm not consuming leaks because I'm just stubborn that way, but I don't ever want you guys to think that I don't support what they do here. They keep HoYoVerse on their toes, and for the most part, this is all we got, people. This is literally the last line of defense we got. If HoYoVerse completely eradicate leakers and what they do, they will be in full control of what we see, when we see it, how we see it, why we see it. And I don't think that's going to be healthy going forward, because there's just going to be more ways HoYoVerse can manipulate us into thinking and feeling how they want us to think and feel. Now, that's not to say that currently with the leaks coming out, it's not an orchestrated thing for HoYoVerse to run a marketing ad campaign to generate more excitement back to Genshin, even though they still have one more filler patch to go through. Granted, this patch likely we're going to be getting a lot more primo gems because it is the Summer Islands, and as per tradition, not traditions, because it's the first reiteration of the Summer Islands. I'm excited because I see that they redesigned a lot of it, which is baffling to me, because I thought we're just going to get the same island, maybe with some different events, different lore, different story setup, but no. Apparently we're probably never going to see the old Golden Archipelago again. I hope they reuse some pieces of it, right, chat? I don't it's baffling to me, because people were saying, oh, you know, they're just going to reuse it next year. And here we are next year, and during the trailer, I didn't see much of it. So HoYoVerse really, I don't know. I really think people need to go out of their way to make sure that leakers are protected. These species may go extinct in the near future, depending on how HoYoVerse likes to proceed with this. But for the most part, I'm excited to see 02. I want to see how this goes. Leakers versus HoYoVerse. Let's see how HoYoVerse is going to continue doing damage control and keep things in check. Alright, this has been EroticWalruss and the beautiful chat. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, urge you all to stay safe. Peace, peace.